The project involves working with at-risk young people and using one-to-one creative sessions as kind of like a creative intervention to re-engage them, build up confidence, and also to teach new skills.
It's very much based on the young person and what they're interested in. So I usually start my initial session just by having a chat with them and having a little sort of play, doing some drawing, having some games, finding out their interests, and then just finding out what they like and working from there. Textiles, sculpture, painting, whatever they feel is going to help them.
The emphasis is on trying things and what people are attracted to. And often you won't know what you're attracted to or what you'd like to do until you actually have a go at it, really. So it's kind of, trying things out a few times and seeing, where that takes people, really. And it might be from just one medium the whole time, or it might be trying different things.
A lot of these young people come in really quiet, really not feeling great about themselves at all, but learning new skills, finding out what they can do, and getting lost in the process of creating a picture, creating a drawing that they haven't done before. They're getting excited about the work that they're doing and feeling pride in what they've created.
Previously, we've had artists work with groups, with individuals, etc., rather more on a stop-start basis. But this recent experience we've had with the practitioners from the collective actually has been, it's like slightly more long-term and consistent in terms of its input. And we've seen great outcomes in the past, but actually the outcomes this time have actually clearly been greater because of that predictability and consistency of support and the progression through learning.
What the hub does is amazing, and it's just helping so many children build confidence and make new friends and realise that they're not alone. There's lots of other people go through similar things. So yeah, I think it's amazing.
And it's nice to see the kids sort of interacting with the adults, taking part in different activities, trying new things, because that can be really daunting, I think, personally. And it's good. It's good to see the positive impact that all of us are having, not just the people here in the hub, but also like with the kitchen staff, the community centre staff. It's amazing.
It has had not just that positive impact on the young person, but because we're a family wellbeing service, and that very much chimes with the way that the practitioners work, that it's very holistic, the bang for the buck has been greater, to be quite honest, in that respect. So it has been our links with creative learning was that initial, it's knowing who to go to. So the creative learning guys, they know us, they've got this going on, and it's like the links are made really organically. So we've been delighted with what's happened this time.
The team's always been involved supporting the hubs because they really value the input creativity can have with the families and the young people and the staff at the hubs. And so they were keen beans to get practitioners on board again. So I think there's a bit of a legacy in that if the staff can be learning from the practitioners too, so that even when the practitioners aren't there, that they can still pick up whatever materials they need, low cost materials that are accessible, that they can do that with young people when maybe the North East Sculpture Collective practitioner isn't there.
What we do is we learn from one another, and the creative practitioners have helped other agencies understand what creativity is, in that it's not just art or drama or whatever. So that's been a really significant impact, but also the learning of the practitioners. It's always a two-way street when we're interacting. So in terms of creativity, I think it's about exploring that label and people understanding better what that means and how it can contribute to well-being, because it's not a scary thing. It's actually it's a very human way of actually going about connecting with people.
I wasn't in a really great mental state at that point. I wouldn't leave the house, I wouldn't interact with anyone, I wouldn't speak to anyone, wouldn't let my mum leave. Kind of a loop for a while, for almost a year, and then just got suggested as kind of some sort of independence. It gets me out of the house for like an hour and a half, where I know I'm alright to leave, then it just kind of comes and calms me down, and it's something to occupy my mind with, especially if I'm having a bad week or a day or anything like that. I've always had worries about things going wrong, and just knowing where I am and that it's controlled and I know the people around me, that just helps ease those nerves. I've also found that it's just helped improve my mood coming somewhere that I can just be creative and be myself and not have to put on a fake mask in front of people because I know I can trust Elaine. So, and then my mum just sat me down and was like, what do you think about your sister coming to art with you? And I was hesitant at first, honestly, because I was like, but I've just found something I liked. But after she came along, I found it quite comfortable having her here, and I'm glad she found something she really likes doing.
Each painting has a different thing behind it. In this one, there's a bit where I live, and it's really quiet, and it's got a little abandoned building and trees and a swing, and like this is the swing. And this ghost is kind of like me, because I'd kind of just go there after school and that, and like just do nothing because it's really quiet, but no one really knows about it, so it's like my secret little bit. Kennedy's trying to make me tell her what it is, but I won't.
I like the fact that it just kind of gives me something to do to kind of get out of my own head and just be creative for a few hours.
I don't really go outside much, so it lets me like come outside and lets me draw and do whatever I want here, really.
That's been probably one of my biggest achievements, making it back into school building with like 30 people in a class, and before I wouldn't even go in a room with 2 people, so.
One of the biggest benefits I've seen from the creative work is confidence building, but also a general reigniting of interest in any kind of learning. And I've seen the creative work be an avenue to other types of learning, like learning, numeracy skills, literacy skills. I feel like it's a really good bridge because it's quite low expectation, but it's also fun and incorporates play. So I think it's a really good bridge to rebuild confidence in themselves, but also back in any kind of educational system.
It's really kind of building on exploration and fun is a big part of what we're trying to do, as well as kind of connecting with the people that we're working with. So there's an opportunity if people feel like talking or don't feel like talking. We want to create a space that feels very relaxed and feels safe.
If anything I've gone through can help someone else, then it's all been worth it. I always say that because someone else will need that help. Just the little push to find that motivation you needed. Out of everything I've done, I feel like this has made the biggest impact. I feel like we need more of these kinds of things because it's a very important thing to fund, because not a lot of people think mental health is a big deal. They just look at it and go, well, everyone gets that sometimes. But it's more than that. And I think people having that place they can go to is a very helpful thing to give you something that makes you feel good.